Since we're talking about wine, Kim Crawford made an entire category out of Sauvignon Blancs out of New Zealand, which nobody had ever come until he and his wife went to New York, and she smokes a lot of cigarettes in bars and drinks martinis, and he talks about Sauvignon Blancs from New Zealand, and people are like, "Where?" And they're like, "Just taste it. Oh wow, this is really good. Where did you say it was from?" "Oh, New Zealand." "Okay, cool." And we don't get a lot of that in America. So here we have your exotic wife who's drinking martinis at the bar, and you're talking about this wine, and it matched a story. Now, are there better Sauvignon Blancs in the world? There are. But people talked about this one because they were told this story, and the story matched the experience. Huzzah. We are drinking Laurent Perrier. Cheers. 20 years ago, I started the world's first word of mouth marketing company. So word of mouth marketing is basically the organizing of making sure that two people who know each other have as many opportunities to talk about your brand's product or services as possible. I mean, engineers love to say, it is the product that sells itself. One, can your product be average and be talked about? No, right? So your product has to have three qualities to it in order to be really good to have a conversation. Or, as we like to say at our office, it has to have air. And that doesn't mean it's the best. It just means it is good. It has got a good story to tell. Fail on any one of those three, and it won't. So if your product is average, or to use the Yiddish, meh, then no one's ever going to talk about it. And you should definitely be using all the TV advertising as you can. And just so you know, you don't have to be a superior product. You could just be good value for money. So this is good for startups. This is good for mature brands. This is good for other stuff. There are three categories that are most difficult. I mean, Viagra was basically built off of two television commercials. And one guy telling another guy, hey man, this is what happened. This really affected my life. I took this pill and I don't have that same problem anymore. And this problem has been bugging me for 10, 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 years. The second one was a US presidential candidate named Bob Dole. And it's just him telling the story. And the reason that's important for our audience to go look at this is he's telling it just like any other advocate would share with their friends. He just happens to be on TV sharing it with everybody.